Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save $1,000 on a Mabe 30 cubic feet side-by-side fridge. Or maybe you're ready to turn your home entertainment up a notch. That means a larger TV. We've got you with an LG 70-inch Smart UHD 4K TV. Excited about making your new home feel more like you? We've got you. Get the Perth 3-piece living room set with a cup holder for only $4,999. Or shop Ashley Furniture Clearance for great deals and free furniture pieces today. Need a better mattress for more restful sleep? We've got the size and comfort that's right for you. Save $400 on a Restonic Comfort Care Pillow Top Queen mattress. Shop today and pay later. Whatever you need, we've got you. With up to 30% off store-wide. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, police here are currently investigating the circumstances surrounding the discovery of a partially decomposed body in Argyll. According to a release from the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the body was found on April 24th at around 3 p.m. Police officers from the Bayabu police station received the report and responded to it, where they met the male body lying naked on his back. The deceased was later identified by a relative to be that of Ernest Marshall, a retiree over the age of 60. The release from the RSVGPF states that his daughter called him at about 2:30 p.m. that same day, but he did not respond. She later sent someone to check on him, which led to the discovery. The body was pronounced dead on the scene by Dr. Michael Mako, and the magistrate Colin John authorized the removal of the body. A post-mortem examination is expected to be conducted to determine the cause of death. As Child Abuse Awareness Month comes to a close, Vincentians are being urged to also protect the young boys of the nation from sexual abuse. Corporal of Police Samuel Cromwell, attached to the Sexual Offences Unit, during an appearance on WEFM's Cop Chat program, said while he applauded the attention being paid to young females, he is also calling on the public to pay close attention to young males as they too are vulnerable. We hear more from Corporal of Police Samuel.
We parents have to be careful with our children, where they go, what they do, and who they associate. And not only for your girls' children, also the boys, because the boys are being also affected too. It's when you also look at it from a sexual point of view. Okay? So don't just try to protect the girls when it comes to sexual offenses. You also have to protect your boys.
That was Corporal of Police attached to the Sexual Offences Unit Samuel Cromwell speaking on WEFM's Cop Chat program. Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month has been recognized all April, with various activities taking place. The month of activities will culminate today with a torch run, march, and rally. Still on the local scene, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Football Federation, the SVGFF, has expressed its abhorrence at all acts of violence in society after a shooting incident claimed the life of national football player Zenroy Chucky Lee. The SVG Football Federation described Zenroy Lee as a talented son of the soil. Lee, 31, was shot and killed in Murray's Village on Wednesday evening. The SVGFF in its condolences said Zenroy, at the time of his death, was on trials with the senior male team, preparing for the upcoming 2026 World Cup qualifiers. The executive staff and all of the SVG Football Federation have extended condolences to his family, friends, and teammates of Richmond Hill United at this most difficult time. One man is dead following a police-involved shooting here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on Wednesday night. The deceased has been identified as 35-year-old Romano Pompey of Redemption Sharps, also known as Merciless. According to the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the RSVGPF, at around 8:50 p.m., officers were conducting routine patrol in the Redemption Shops area when they received credible intelligence regarding the whereabouts of a suspect linked to a previous violent crime. The suspect, identified as Romano Pompi, aka Merciless, was wanted in connection with a shooting incident that occurred earlier that day. Upon encountering the police, it is reported Pompey pointed a firearm at the police, posing an immediate threat to the officers. As a result, he was fatally wounded at the scene. A pistol and 13 rounds of ammunition were recovered from the deceased. No police officers were injured during the encounter. The RSVGPF says the incident is under investigation by the appropriate authorities to ensure all actions taken were in accordance with law enforcement standards. On to news in the region. The government of the United Kingdom and the government of Jamaica on Wednesday signed a memorandum of understanding to formalize the UK-Jamaica Violence Prevention Partnership (VPP). The UK has committed £15 million to the partnership over the next 6 years to support the government of Jamaica's efforts to reduce violent crime. The VPP was announced by former UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly when he visited Jamaica in May 2023. The partnership is to support the government of Jamaica to develop more effective responses to the underlying causes of violence locally. According to information coming from the UK High Commission in Jamaica, the partnership is to promote an integrated, evidence-based and multi-sectoral response to address the root causes of violence in a number of schools and targeted communities. Police in Barbados are currently investigating a shooting incident which took place in the wee hours of Thursday morning. According to police, they responded to the scene of a shooting incident at Husbands Heights, St. James, after receiving a report at about 1:10 a.m. on Thursday, April 25th. It was reported that the 42-year-old gunshot victim had driven to the area to visit a friend when he was attacked by a man who was hiding in a bushy area. The man fired several shots, striking the victim multiple times. The victim reportedly drove himself to the hospital and had received many injuries about his body. On the international scene, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has warned Washington will act if China does not stop supplying Russia with items used in its assault on Ukraine. Speaking to the BBC in Beijing, the U.S.'s top diplomat said he had made clear to his counterparts they were helping fuel the biggest threat to European security since the Cold War. He did not say what measures the U.S. was prepared to take. But Mr. Blinken was also keen to stress progress had been made in some areas. He praised Beijing for making efforts in stopping supplies of the drug fentanyl reaching the U.S. China remains the principal source of fentanyl for the U.S., which the White House has said is causing a public health crisis across the country. Finally, in sports, Bayern Munich boss Thomas Tuchel says he will not allow himself to be influenced by a petition asking him to remain at the club. The petition calling for the 50-year-old to stay at the Allianz Arena has been signed by over 12,000 supporters. Bayern announced in February that Tuchel will leave the club at the end of the season, a year before his contract ends. Even though this topic is good for me, when they, the fans, wish you to stay, it's not something that is a priority, said Tuchel. Ralf Rangnick, the former Manchester United interim manager, has held talks with Bayern over replacing former Chelsea manager Tuchel this summer. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Hey, have you heard? Quartz Yarn clearance sale is back again. Yes, 2 days of crazy deals. Friday 26th and Saturday 27th April. Going down at the Quartz Warehouse, Zion Hill, 9 a.m. up till 2 p.m. each day. Get ridiculously low prices on slightly dented and clearance items like a 9 cubic foot fridge for only $600. 30-inch stoves from as low as $700. Imagine getting laptops from as low as $300. Even smart TVs for just $500. Everything must go. Offers available on both cash and credit purchases. You can't afford to miss this massive clearance sale. Friday 26th and Saturday 27th April. Only at Quartz Warehouse, Zion Hill. Quartz. Bring